So, Wes, thank you for joining us today. Appreciate that. I guess the first obvious question with you is the People's Alliance is a new party. New poll yesterday shows about 2% support among decided voters. So why should people take a chance on you?
Well, we are new. This is our second election, so we were in the last one. We ran 14 candidates last time. We had approximately 3 months to go from registering as a party to getting into the election last time. This time we had 4 years to get prepared. We've built our support base. We've gotten donations. We've done fundraisers. We've worked on our platform, our message, and we're prepared this time. And right now we're running 18 candidates. We would like to have had more, but we don't believe in the paper candidate idea. So we wanted only serious candidates, so we went with that route. As far as polling goes, I'm not sure how much stock people taking into it, whether we're up or whether we're down. The end of the day, the real poll matters is the election, and we feel that we've given the people a really good path forward with our platform.
There are 4 other parties, major parties in this province. What makes you guys different?
Well, we're actually standing up for the people. At the core of our belief is that representing the constituent over the party line is the way that the Liberals and Conservatives and the NDP have always operated. So a lot of times the things are passed forward without the consent of the people, and shale gas would be an example. So we've brought a new approach that we put a platform out that was presented by party members, but also by New Brunswickers. We worked on that. We have a really good platform, and anything beyond our platform, we're going to represent the constituents. Anything new comes up, the constituents will have that confidence that the MLA they elect with the People's Alliance will represent the wishes of their riding.
You mentioned shale gas, and obviously it's a contentious issue, and
yes.
Many people see this election as a referendum almost on shale gas. Where is your party standing on this, and where is your feelings on this subject?
Yes, I've heard the other parties say it is a referendum on shale gas, but I beg to differ. As an example, somebody that may be for shale gas might vote Conservative. However, when you take the whole package, it really muddies the issue. So what we've done was that we said we should be on the ballot. The Brunswickers should have a direct say, implied consent, free from partisan politics. What we've introduced back in 2011 was a series of provisions for regulations we presented to the government at the 2011 submission forum on shale gas, or on natural gas, sorry. And it's protection for the land, the water, the air, protection for property owners. We've brought forward a property owners' Bill of Rights we have in our platform. Another thing also is adequate royalties. Right now we're getting a low of 2% that the government has recently put out. In Saskatchewan and Newfoundland receive up to 35%. So we're continuing down that path of using our natural resources in a way that doesn't benefit the province. And people just aren't comfortable with the situation right now. So if you can put those provisions in there, which we've asked for, if we can achieve that, then what we'll do is we'll take it to New Brunswickers and get their implied consent or to go forward or not.
The other thing on resources, forestry, you would, if you were elected, represent a riding, which is forestry has been a backbone of it. Your thoughts on the province's forestry plan and what you'd like to see change and what you would like to see done different?
Well, I think that we need to go back to review the Crown Lands Act completely. So Frank McKenna made changes in '92 to take out the requirement of industry who holds Crown licenses to actually get that Crown license. They had to requirement was to get 30% of their lumber from private woodlot owners. And McKenna took that out, and what we've seen from '92 till now has just been a complete downward spiral of the private woodlot industry and private mills. So we want to go back, review that. We want to get private woodlots back into the equation, because that creates a lot of local wealth, especially on the Miramichi. That's one of the big industries. Another thing that we brought forward was aerial herbicide spraying. Right now the province is committing $13 million a year to spray the hardwoods in the Crown land to protect our softwood investment. We want to take and ban that, such as Quebec has done. You take that $13 million, redirect it into bush saw thinners, which this area greatly needs. I have many friends and family that just cannot find bush saw thinning jobs now. That would create over 1,000 jobs instantly just by diverting it, and it wouldn't cost another nickel. So that in itself, right there, would actually double the amount of jobs that the Alberta government has been bragging about with this new forestry deal, without doing any extra investment, just taking funds, diverting it. Because a lot of people are not comfortable with the herbicide spraying, as it's been proven other areas that it's not good for the environment and whatnot. So if you take that, move it in there, 1,000 new jobs, just bang.
You mentioned jobs, obviously, and that's the number one issue for pretty much everybody when asked in this election. Where's your stand on job creation? What's your platform as far as creating jobs in this province?
Well, we firmly believe that the government seems to have a short-sightedness that you throw money at companies and they'll create jobs. Well, we believe that if you take the corporate subsidies, roll them back, set the business environment so that it's competitive, outside investment will be drawn in. It was $109 million average that our tax dollars is going out to corporate subsidies. So what we're saying is scale that back. That would eliminate the small business tax, which would only cost $9 million of that. So that way we're ahead almost $100 million. Create the business environment as a competitive environment to help the small businesses, like I said, such as bush saw thinning, which would help the local saw shops and would spiral off into the economy.
You have a large riding to cover in this one. It's one of the biggest in the province. It's very diverse. It's bilingual.
Mm-hmm.
It's you've got forestry on one side of it, lobster on another.
Mm-hmm.
How do you see yourself if you're elected dealing with the sort of diversity of that riding?
Well, I'll be completely open and I'll be all ears to no matter which end of the riding or the center of the riding or whatever corner. I want to represent the people, and the issues down in Bay St. Anne, for example, are different than the issues up in the other end of the riding, and I accept that, and I will work with everybody in the riding to make sure that our riding has become prosperous once again.
Speaking of the Bay St. Anne Bay Devin area, lobster is a huge issue. We've seen them suffer from very low catch prices and stuff. How do we get that industry back on track?
Well, I think what we're going to do is we got to look overseas. We got to look to other global markets to sell our products and increase the demand. We have good lobster catches in this area, and it's well regarded around the world. If we can move into other areas around the continent, but also around the world, we can spur economic growth. So that would be a good way to look at it and move forward.
Your area is mostly rural too. We've seen rural areas hit probably even harder than urban areas when it comes to outward migration, to low birth rates, that kind of thing. How do we get rural areas back on track?
Well, just the example was what we just talked about with the moving the investment from herbicide spraying into thinning. Silviculture can play a major part in helping the rural areas, returning unused farmland back to production. We looked at ways that we can give breaks for property taxes for people that actually use their farmland, and selling those local crops locally, as well as looking for investment to bring in processing. That would be a great beginning to get that turned around.
Healthcare. People still struggle to find a family doctor. It's particularly bad in rural areas, for example. What do you see as the solution to the healthcare issues that we're facing in our province?
There's many issues. To begin with, we're not using our resources right. For example, we have 2 health authorities which should be merged into one. We'd save tens of millions annually, which could be reinvested in nursing home beds, which could be reinvested in nurses, which after-hours clinics. Right now, so many New Brunswickers don't have a family doctor, and I have friends as well that say the same thing. When something happens, they go to the ER. They sit there for 12, 14 hours and can't get seen. So if we move some of that money into after-hours clinics so we could free up the ERs, that would save money at the hospital level, and people would have more adequate care at the after-hours clinics. Another thing is seniors in hospital beds waiting for nursing homes. With all these new nursing homes being replaced, we have an example in Boys Town. They're replacing a 30-bed home with another 30-bed home. Every new nursing home should have had 10 more beds added to it. Make the investment now, because what we're seeing is a high cost of $1,000 or more a day to keep them in the hospitals, whereas if you have them in a better adequate care facility such as a nursing home, it's under $200 a day, and plus they're getting the more one-on-one care that they need. So you got to take a long-term approach to healthcare versus the short-term thing that the conservatives and liberals have done in the past.
That's obviously something we're facing to an older population.
Yeah.
How do we keep young families here, attract new people into this province, and particularly into rural areas of the province?
Well, we have to have opportunity. We have to look at every opportunity that we can think of. We have to bring in ideas from all over the province. You know, how are we going to innovate? How are we going to use our resources to our benefit rather than just to the benefit of big business? And once you provide opportunity, proper education, an adequate healthcare system, then you can attract people.
Okay. And I guess the last thing I just would ask is for you to tell people exactly why you think they should cast their vote for you rather than the established parties.
Well, the two-party system has been running now for 140 years, and this is where we're at. It lies solely on their backs. We need a new vision for New Brunswick, and we feel that we've presented a change for the positive with this platform. We encourage everybody to take a look at it. It's ideas from people from all over the province. Very proud of it. I will be standing up for the private woodlot owners for this riding. I'll be standing up for the private agriculture producers, the fishermen, our great fishermen who risk their lives every day out in the oceans for us. I will be a true representative for the people of this riding, and I think that's something that's been sorely missed for many, many years.
Well, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.